Let's look at using compound sentences to revise our own writing for correctness. We'll look at using compound sentences to fix various problems, including comma splices, fused sentences, and run-on sentences. Remember, we've learned two correct ways to combine two simple sentences into one compound sentence. We can use a semicolon by replacing the period with the semicolon and then turning the capital letter from the second sentence into a lowercase letter. So here we've taken the two sentences, Julio likes sci-fi, his favorite book is Ender's Game, and combined them with a semicolon into one sentence. Julio likes sci-fi, semicolon, his favorite book is Ender's Game. We can also combine these two sentences with a comma and a coordinating conjunction. So we can say Julio likes sci-fi, comma, and his favorite book is Ender's Game. In this case, we've used the comma after the end of the first sentence instead of a period, and we've introduced the coordinating conjunction and to hold the two sentences together. Now let's look at some problems. One common problem is called a comma splice. That's when a writer uses a comma instead of a semicolon to try to hold two sentences together. So in this comma splice, we have Julio likes sci-fi, comma, his favorite book is Ender's Game. This is incorrect. A comma by itself is not enough to hold two sentences together. What we need to do is use a semicolon. Julio likes sci-fi, semicolon, his favorite book is Ender's Game. Or if we want to use the comma, we can introduce a coordinating conjunction after the comma. Julio likes sci-fi and his favorite book is Ender's Game. Here's another problem. This is called a fused sentence. This is where we have two simple sentences. The writer has put them together, but the writer hasn't used any punctuation or conjunctions to try to hold the two sentences together. Remember, we can only use a semicolon or a comma with a coordinating conjunction to hold two sentences together into one compound sentence. Another kind of problem is a run-on sentence. This is almost like using the comma with a coordinating conjunction. The problem here is that the writer has used only the coordinated conjunction and forgotten to put the comma. So we have Julio likes sci-fi and his favorite book is Ender's Game. What we need is a comma before the coordinated conjunction and. We can use, again, a semicolon or a comma before a coordinating conjunction, but these are the only two correct patterns to form a compound sentence. If you're using any other strategies, you'll need to revise them to fit these two patterns.